I actually haven't done a hair routine video in a really long time, so here is my updated curly hair care routine and all of the products that I use. I would pretty much do this routine every time I get out of the shower or if my hair was wet and I need to style and dry it. The first product I use is the Garnier Fructis Hair Food. If you've been following me for a couple years or you go back and watch my old hair care routines, this is always in it and it's always been my first product. I've been using this religiously since it was recommended to me, which it was recommended by my dad, by the way, so slay. But I just find that it really moisturizes my hair. If I had to pick one product that I've seen the most progress with, it would be this one. I recommend it to all my curly hair friends. It quite literally brought my curls back to life because my hair is personally very dry. So this is a holy grail for me. If you also have very dry curly hair, I recommend trying this line. I usually use the papaya one. That's my favorite and I think it smells the best, but at the moment I'm using this banana one, which also smells very nice. Side note, my neighbor has just started doing the loudest yard work I've heard in my life. So if you hear that in the back, please ignore it. My hair has kind of dried while talking, so I'm just re-wetting it so I can put the products in, because if you aren't aware, your hair should be really wet, not just damp, while doing your hair care routine. If you're planning on putting products in, like creams and all of that, your hair needs to be squelchy wet. Mine is not wet enough right now. I'm about to wet it a lot. If you don't have an automatic spray bottle, by the way, I would definitely recommend getting one. It's just way easier than having to manually spray so much water in your hair. Okay, so now my hair is squelchy wet. You can hear it. It's time to put the first product in, the Garnier Hair Food that I just showed you. I probably use about this much. Like I said, my hair is very dry. And I just lather and scrunch that in all over. I'm gonna do that off camera because I'm holding my camera with one hand. Now that I've put that conditioner in, I can start with the brush and detangle my hair. I'm specifically using a wet hair brush designed to brush your hair when it's wet. I've been using this for about 6 months. I find it a lot softer than a regular brush, so I really do like it, and would recommend if you don't like using regular brushes or find them too harsh. After detangling, I go in with my second product, which is a leave-in curl cream. This one is the Shea Moisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie. I really like it and I find it helps define my curls. This one really helps with the styling and pulling them all together. This one's a lot thicker than the leave-in conditioner, so I don't use as much. I just use a little bit, rub it all over my hands and just put it all over again, which I'm going to do off camera. And I try to make sure to get the front pieces of my hair with that curl smoothie so that they're a bit more defined, being at the front, first thing everyone sees. But after putting that in, I just brush it out again to detangle. Next, I've only actually been using this recently. I mean 2 weeks recently, but I'm finding it really nice. It is a Curl Care leave-in spray. It's a 5-in-1, detangles and protects curls. I haven't been using it long enough to have a long opinion on it, but so far I'm finding it nice. And I'll just spray this in after those 2 steps. The last product I use is a hair oil, and I've been using this Argan Oil Repairing Hair Oil from the same brand of that leave-in spray that I just used before. I've been using this oil though for about 6 months to a year, and I like it. I think it's good. I changed my mind on whether I want to put the oil in when my hair is wet or when it's dry. I know different people have different preferences and I switch it up on different days. I think today I'll put the oil in when my hair's dry. But now that all the products are in, it's time to style it. I'm not a styling queen. I'm not that good at styling my curls. I kind of just try to brush them all out individually and then scrunch them up. This is easier when I'm not holding the camera, but you can kind of see what I'm doing. I usually divide my hair and then brush out kind of like this. Let me do that again. I kind of get all the hair and turn it to the side a little bit, brush the strands out, and then scrunch them up. So that's what I do the whole head around. So I'll just do in little bits. I'll just brush it out to set that curl or whatever, and then scrunch it up. And you can you can hear how wet it is. And just to show you on the other side, so I'll just grab a little bit, kind of brush it out like that to separate the strands, and then just scrunch it up. And I'll do that the whole head around. So I'll just do that off camera because it's a little hard to do it while I'm holding the camera. My neighbor is now doing tool work. I'm so sorry. But this is my hair pretty much all styled. It doesn't look like shit when it's wet. If you're a curly girl, you just know that. When my hair dries, that's when all the volume and the curls will pick up. But this is the groundwork. This is what it looks like while I wait for it to dry. And I personally air dry my hair. I don't diffuse or anything. I'm too lazy to do all that every day or every time I have a shower. So I just air dry it and I'll just scrunch every now and then while it air dries. And my hair takes hours to air dry. So when I come back and show you the results, it's gonna be hours later. So it's been 2 hours and this is what we're looking like. This is before I've put the hair oil in as well. I've just let it dry since that last clip you saw. And I also haven't shaken it out yet. I usually go through and shake out my roots, which is what I'm about to show you. So you can see on the top here that the top's kind of like dry, like if you'd put a gel in from the curl cream. So I like to go in and like shake out my roots so that they're not stuck to my head and have that like, look at that like immediately compared to this side. So I'm just gonna shake it out kind of lightly everywhere. And I'm gonna do this before I put the oil on the ends so that my roots don't get too oily. If I did it before, it probably wouldn't be the biggest deal, but my roots would get oilier than if I just do this first and put them on the end. So this is what we look like all shaken out. There's so much more volume. And now I'm just gonna put some oil on the ends. I'm gonna do it off camera, but basically I'm gonna put it on the ends to the middle, kind of like the bottom 2/3, but not really on my roots. And this is how my hair looks when it's all done. When it's pretty much all dried, all the products are in, this is it. I hope you enjoyed this video and it helped you with your curly hair on styling or maintenance. I know it can seem overwhelming and like a lot of work to have a curly hair routine, but it doesn't have to be that extensive. All you really need is something to moisturize your hair, so like a leave-in conditioner, something to style your hair or like set it with, a gel, a mousse, or in my case a curling cream, and an oil for shine and to lock in that moisture later. I have some more videos coming on like long-term maintenance tips, but if you have any questions at the moment, just comment it below and I will get back to you.